is that nobody likes a good time like me. I love hunting. I love drinking. I love everything, folks. I'll go to a rock concert with you, and we'll be crawling around on the ground by the end of it. The point is, we're not in that wheelhouse anymore. We're not there anymore. We are being overtaken. We are being murdered. And you've got to make this the main focus. This is it. And I've said it 1,000 times the last few years. I'll say it again. InfoWars is the reality. We told you the enemy plan because it was public, and now they did it. And the next part of their phase is so hellish, I don't even have words to describe to you how bad it is. So, I mean, we're talking death camps, mass starvation, power grids turned off, people eating each other. I mean, that's really where we're going. And I mean that. I'm not trying to scare you. It's not a hypothetical. On our trajectory, I want my liberal neighbors to know that they're going to starve the third world to death. When it happens here, you will get eaten. And I don't want to go there, but in that world, if my daughter is starving to death, my others are grown up, but I've got a 6-year-old. I mean, I will eat you. I'm not going to eat my conservative neighbors, but the people that ask for it, you're going to get eaten. And so that's a metaphysical statement, but it actually is a final end scenario. Because my daughter's not going hungry. And I'll haul you up by a chain. And I'll chop you into steaks. And I know you think you're tough because you run the courts and you're liberals and you got all these goons and stuff. Just listen. I'll eat you. And I don't want to do that. And I've asked you over and over again to stop. I've tried to be as nice as I can because I don't want to do that. But metaphysically, as an archetype, we're going to eat you. You put yourself in the cage with me, and there's no food, just me and you in a cage. You're getting eaten. And I won't be guilty about it. So you want to devour our children? You think you run the tables, you think you're all powerful, you're not. And maybe you're going to fight me. That's an even bigger joke. You're not going to fight very long. I'm going to overpower you. And I'm going to strangle you. And then I'm going to chop you up. And I'm going to consume you. Because that's the world you put us in. That's the place you took us to. It's what you demanded. It's what you wanted. And God gives you everything you asked for. So, that said, let's not go there. Let's not be part of that. Let's not enter that world where you make sure the lesser angels are in charge. And let's change the world together and let's circumvent that. But when I say those horrible things, like the famous proposal, a modest proposal, which that just was, I want you to understand something, that 80+ million people, the UN estimates, starved to death under lockdowns in the last 4 years. Almost 4 years. Mommy couldn't get the food. Daddy couldn't get the food. And those children starved to death. I know as leftists you think it's cutesy and everything, but it's not. It's not funny. It's not funny. And so what I'm telling you is, I'm not going to take on your karma of all those children you murdered. In fact, maybe I'll save your children during all this, and I'll feed you to them, and they'll never know what's being cooked up in that big pot. Because you love Xi Jinping, right? You think he's real cute. Think he's your big archetype, big powerful guy up there. He proves communism works. Did you know that they killed over 100 million people under Mao Zedong through the current date, but about 80 million under Mao Zedong? And for at least a decade, the Communist Chinese Army There's photos of this. By the way, the Chinese government admits this happened. The government admits they did this in official communist Chinese books. They blame Mao Zedong's wife for it. That they ate over 100 million people in big, giant pots. So when you were in the communist Chinese military and you got your rations every day, it was bowls of boiled human flesh. So when I come to you with that allegory, you need to understand that Soylent Green is made out of people. And now you see the left saying, oh, we should have cannibalism and eat old people so we don't have more carbon. It's all dehumanization, and you're debasing yourselves. You decide that newborn babies don't matter. You decide you don't matter. You decide old people don't matter. And by not having standards, none of us matter. And that's what I'm trying to get at here.